Hello, everyone. Welcome, Jim. You are our August member of the month.
Thank
Congrats.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
So happy to have you here at Rogue. Do you mind just giving us a little bit of an introduction of like who you are, where you're from, and date of diagnosis?
Okay. So my name is Jim Poper. I'm a native of Long Beach, California, living now in Lakewood, California. And, my formal diagnosis was April 4th, 2019. And it was a day to remember because it was quite a gut punch. I had just retired a few months earlier. So it was quite a shock. And I think the things that I wanted to share about that diagnosis was the things that led up to it, because I had seen a neurologist in 2016 because I thought I was having some peripheral neuropathy, and I wasn't taken very seriously in the interview and his evaluation of me, as if I was being over dramatic, and there was something that was, I didn't know everything because he's the physician. It was that kind of a presentation. Then I saw another neurologist in 2019, and she took everything very seriously and was a very good listener, did a thorough exam, did a lot of testing, and came back and said, I think you have early Parkinson's.
Uh-huh.
And so I really appreciated somebody being there and being present at the evaluation. But then I felt like I'd lost 4 years of time, between the first visit and the second one.
Uh-huh.
So then I realized, after learning a little bit more about Parkinson's and being at Rogue, that I had symptoms since 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So quite a few years before your diagnosis.
Yeah. Which is discouraging when you look back and you say, gosh, that's 4 years I could have been at Rogue doing exercise, you know what I mean? Helping
Mm-hmm.
hold back symptoms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but now you're at Rogue, which is awesome. And we're always so happy to
Yeah.
have you in all of our classes. How did you find Rogue and kind of what continues to keep you motivated to exercise now?
Well, it started out looking for somebody to do physical therapy with me, and I found Alex Abel over at Long Beach Memorial. And so she was working with me and taught me the basic power moves and was helping me navigate an exercise program that was customized for me. And she came over to Rogue, and so followed her immediately and joined the gym. And it's been life changing. I'm sure you hear this a lot, but it's absolutely been life changing. The community there is so strong, and the yourselves, all the instructors, physical therapists are so knowledgeable and so encouraging. And the community, the exercise programs speak for themselves, but then the encouragement and the feeling of family, and everybody's there for a purpose.
Hmm.
It's just really it's really been special for me.
Yeah, and that's all we're trying to do is provide a space to have, ongoing, really quality exercise for people with
Yeah,
Parkinson's. But also I tell everyone this all the time, like we're family. Like
yeah.
I see you more than I see my actual family. So it's like you guys are my family. Um, so tell me kind of for you, what is like motivating you to kind of show up every day and exercise? Is it the community or is it for yourself or anything
Well,
else?
there's kind of like three things that do that. One of them is I'm really pissed off at PD. That's how I say it. Pissed off at PD. So I'm not going to let it win. I'm going to
Mm-mm.
fight for me.
Absolutely.
Um, I want to be a good life partner for my wife, and I don't want to be a burden. So that's one of the things that's motivators. And then my children are all adults and they're having children. And so I have grandchildren. And so I want to be engaged and present for all my grandchildren. And it's been so rewarding to see that I can somehow control that in some fashion.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I've definitely seen like an improvement when you started and like
Yeah.
where you are at now. Um, and I've just noticed like your strength is getting better, your transitions on the floor and stuff like that is
Yes.
so much better as well. Is there anything that before you started at Rogue, is there anything that you couldn't do that you can do now, or is there anything you're getting better at that you've noticed?
I think part of it's physical and part of it's more in my head.
Mm-hmm.
The physical part of it is my gait is getting better, and then sometimes it's worse, so it goes back and forth. But I was having a lot of difficulty. I was stooping before and trudging as I was walking. So those have been corrected. My posture's better and I feel better about it. I have to think a lot about it when I'm walking, which is okay because I know what to think about, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. Before it was not knowing and trying to figure things out on my own. And so being trained and having, professionals, help and guide me, all the detailed input is really good for my mind because it makes me think and I can correct myself and correct my posture and how my gait is working. And so I feel better about it. I feel like I have more control having been at Rogue and having everybody, help and share and guide
Mm-hmm.
and give detailed information. Um, I feel like I have control over something that I have no control over,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I like the ability to understand what's going on and how to evaluate it internally and then to express it to you all.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think that's something that's super important to be said is like, it's not just physical, it's also mental too.
Yes.
And like I work with so many people that I know they can do these certain things. It's just being in the right environment, being in the right community, being in the right support, having other people with Parkinson's cheering you on and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Makes a huge, huge difference.
Yeah.
And
I'll tag it onto that. I mean, one of the things that happens at the gym all the time is, and you're guilty of this as well. If you see me doing an exercise and I can push harder, you just tell me, come on, push harder. And it's like I'm going, oh, that's right, I can. I've talked to some of the other members about it before. My Parkinson's brain says, slow down, be careful, right? And then
Mhm.
at the gym, everybody's saying, work harder, go faster. And so I realize I can do that. And so I
Mhm.
really appreciate that. You're
Yeah.
seeing, you kind of seeing past what we're thinking, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
And
good.
that's why I love my job. It's fun to hang out with y'all. And I always tease everyone here. I was like, if I'm yelling at you and you don't like it, well then just ignore me. But if I'm yelling at you and it motivates you, great.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, like any words of wisdom or encouragement for other people with like Parkinson's that you would want to give?
Yeah. My soapbox is based on my experiences, obviously. It's just to be your number one advocate. You have to be your own advocate. And my story of finding about Parkinson's is feeling intimidated by physicians. And when I talk to members at the gym and other people, that's my soapbox. Do not
Mm-hmm.
let somebody else tell you a one size fits all approach to Parkinson's because we're all different. And being at the gym, it's so amazing to see all the different individuals and their different experiences. And so it's great because we can openly talk about that and share and we learn different things. And it's so in my face that we have to be our number one advocate.
Yeah,
We have to
absolutely.
fight for ourselves. We have to be persistent. We have to challenge our physicians. I
Mm-hmm.
call it my little bubble. I make sure that the physicians that I see are present when I'm there and are thinking about me. And then I'm nosy and I ask questions and I ask questions. And if they are uncomfortable with that, then that's not my physician,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of my thing. That's my little soapbox. Is you're the only one that can develop a program and work with people that care for you. And that's one of the things that you guys provide at Rogue, and Claire has set up such an environment for that, um, like a bubble that we can kind of work in and create our own program to help ourselves
Mm-hmm.
because we're the only ones that know how we feel and how our body's acting. I mean,
Absolutely.
everybody's different. So
Everybody's different. And yeah, no, I think everything you said, being your number one advocate, it can't be said enough. Like it's something that
yeah,
we need to continue to remind ourselves for. And you should be able to go to any healthcare setting, whether it's a physician or a physical therapist or whoever, and you should be able to like connect with them and be able to have a relationship
Yeah.
with them and like be able to trust them enough to, express what you're feeling. Because at the end of the day, like you're the one being taken care of, you're the one that's being helped, and so you have to advocate for yourself too. And I'm so happy you said that, because I think that's just a great reminder for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my soapbox.
Yeah, I
Fight for
love
yourself. Yeah.
fight for yourself, fight against Parkinson's.
Yeah.
And yeah, I appreciate you coming on here and sharing your experience, and I look forward to, you know watching you kick butt in the gym.
Okay. Thank you so
All
much.
right, thank you.